Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we've got a very special video out. Today we are going to be doing a review of a game I got the chance to play a few weeks ago called Octahedron. So, Octahedron is a game developed by Demimonde Games as part of the Square Enix collective. I was lucky enough to go down to the Square Enix offices in London and get a chance to play this game, and it blew me away. Let me tell you, it is an incredibly fun game, and I hope that you guys will feel the same way after you've seen this video. So, a bit of information about the game. It's due to release on March 20th of 2018, so by the time this video goes up, that should be tomorrow. Very nice. It's due to release on the PC under Steam, on the PlayStation 4 and also the Xbox One. The website link and the Steam store page will be linked in the description as well. So, what is Octahedron? Octahedron is a psychedelic puzzle platformer game whereby you generate platforms as a character and you will complete various different challenges trying to effectively collect all of the points and things in the level to carry on, as you would normally expect from a puzzle platformer. The main things that I took away from playing this game were that it does a very good job of explaining things. The game doesn't really put a tutorial in your face and say, you must press this button, now you must press this button. It's all very, very non-intrusive and easy to follow. You pick up the game very quickly, and the other thing I noticed was that it was very easy to get into a rhythm with the game. The game features an amazing soundtrack courtesy of Chipsel and Monomirror, whose links will be in the description as well, and it is very, very fun to listen to the music and play. I have to say, the music was the first thing that got me when I got to play it initially, and you just lose track of all time while you're playing it because it's so impactful on you as a player to listen to all this amazing music and do all these amazing puzzles as you're playing, and it really does effectively let you lose track of time. The other thing that's really cool about the game is that every level seems to introduce a new mechanic, and it's very, very clever in the way it does this. You're making use of platforms. That's the effective, that's what you do in the game. You spawn platforms and you jump, and occasionally you glide on a platform, and yet every level seems to consistently add a new layer on top of that, a new layer of gameplay, which I find incredibly well done, and it was definitely one of the major selling points for me. The other thing I really like about the game, which is on a technical standpoint, is that the settings menu in particular is very well done. The controller support is impeccably good. It has support for your PlayStation 4 controller, your Xbox One controller as well. It even supports the Wii U gamepad, and you can customize all of the buttons in the game. So if you are someone who has a disability and cannot press the same buttons that most other people can, you can totally customize the buttons. It has keyboard and mouse support as well, but playing on a controller is recommended. And yeah, the game I found it was so amazing to play. You'll see more as I show the footage on screen of what sort of things happen, but you pick up the rhythm of the game and it flows so well. I really love the way they've done the enemies as well. It's really, really cool because you find the enemies and they don't look difficult to understand at first glance. So when you see, say, the ones that bounce up into the air, as soon as you've seen that once, you know what that enemy is like. Likewise, when you see the same variant but upside down and on a ceiling, you know it's going to jump at you downwards, and it does. And all of the enemies have been done really well. They've been designed really well, and they're really, really simple as well. They're easy to see. You don't get distracted by the enemies. The platforming is brilliant. And I just found that while I was playing the game, it was really easy to just sit down and play through a whole world. And there's tons of levels as well. Absolutely crazy. There's over 40 levels in this game, and each world has a theme to it. The first world is, I believe it's called Veetragoul, and that you'll see as well on the level select when I open up that level. But it's really well done. It is genuinely a really fun experience, and I had a lot of fun playing it, so much so that I was gracious enough to be given a review copy of the game, thanks to Square Enix, of course, because I basically, when I got to play it at the Square Enix collective meetup we did in London, I enjoyed it so much that I asked if I could have a review copy so I could introduce this game to you guys, and they said yes. So thank you again to Square Enix for letting this be possible, but it genuinely is a super fun game. I loved every second I've played of it, and I've played a good 2 or 3 hours of this game. I'll only show footage from the first world as to not spoil it for everyone, but you'll find that the game does a really good job of making sure that you feel good about playing it. It's very reminiscent of like a Mario game. Not in the sense of what the enemies are or the mechanics, but just when you play a Mario game, genuinely, or at least in my experience, you feel very invested in that game, even though it's just a platformer, you know. There's nothing crazy about it, but the atmosphere and the character that it has on its own terms is incredible, and it is definitely a really good experience. And I highly recommend, if you guys haven't already, add it to your wish lists on Steam. Make sure you get it when it comes out, because it is really, really cool. And yeah, that's basically my thoughts on it. It's an incredible game. So that's it from me. I hope you enjoyed this review of Octahedron. I will be streaming this game as well on my Twitch channel, which you can find in the description as well. And as always, if you liked this video, do consider subscribing. It does help me out because I get to see how many of you guys are enjoying the videos enough to stick around. And if you liked this video in particular and would like to see more about it, feel free to leave a comment, as well as like the video. That helps me gauge interest and that sort of thing. But today we are done with our review. I'm looking forward to playing more of this game, and I hope you guys will look forward to playing it yourselves. As I said earlier, you can find the links in the description that you need. But that's all from me. I hope you had a good time, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye everyone.